Okay, so mean, median, mode, you've seen 100 times, but I wanted to make sure it's all on one page so you guys can reference it. So the mean is the average. Oops, I don't know it read. The average. And it has the symbol. Really sorry about this. It's this mu symbol. It's this Greek letter that has mu. So in certain books, in certain formulas, if you look up, you see this mu symbol. That means a mean. And it has the steps are sum of all the terms. And number of terms. So we add them all up and divide by how many there are. This is why we get computers to do that. Computers are really good at taking a list of numbers and adding them all up. So we don't want to get our meaty fingers on our calculators too often, and so we can do this really fast in a computer. It's how I do all your grades. I would never do them by a calculator. That sounds awful. Median is super useful every once in a while, especially if you have a huge data set that's skewed in one way. Finding the middle of it is usually really common. So that's the word middle we're looking for. And it's listed from least to greatest. Oops, that's not how you spell greatest. Greatest. So if your list is in order, it's the one in the middle. So if there's an even number of terms, find the mean in the middle. So just find the mean of the two terms in the middle. Mode is the other one that we do a lot. The value that occurs most often. Sometimes there is no mode at all if everything is the same. So if there's two of everything or three of everything, there's no mode because no one is more common than any other one. But you can also have more than one mode. So this mode part is the only one that comes in both sides. You can get like more than one answer, which is kind of weird. That's all the theory stuff that you've heard probably multiple times. I said all those words on Friday. You've heard them, I think they're in 8th grade, I think. Just the simple ones of this. So we're going to do some math on these numbers. This is my set of numbers. That's it. So let's do mean, median, mode on this one. So first, I'm going to get used to that symbol. This is the mean with the mu symbol. We're doing 1 plus 6 plus 3 plus 8 plus 9 plus 3, all divided by 6, because there's 6 numbers. So that's just a big calculator mess. We just do, sorry. So all this does add up together to 5, so I think the mean of this set of numbers is 5. If I start listing these numbers in order, the smallest number is a 1, then it's a 3, then it's a 3, then it's a 6, 8, then 9. So that's listed the numbers in order, I think. And so since I have 2 numbers in the middle, I have to find the middle of these 2 numbers. So to take that, I take the mean of these 2 numbers, and I get 3 plus 6 over 2, which is 4.5. So in this case, the median is 4.5. That's all you get there. So 4.5 is the median of these 2 numbers. The mode is pretty easy. You don't usually have to do a lot of math on modes. What's the mode of this set of data? 3. That's it. Mission accomplished. So that's that whole question on a nice small set. It's not too many numbers. These are probably the numbers I will make you do by hand. So I said, here, do these numbers, type them in, order them, whichever. I'm not going to get you to do a mean of a set of numbers that has 30 numbers in it. That's computer work. So we will never try to do numbers that are like 10 is at most the numbers we'll do. That's kind of how that goes. So there's a thing called the frequency table that allows us to have more than one of each number. So we got 2 numbers between 80 and 90, 9 numbers between 90 and 100, 11 numbers between 100 and 110, 5 numbers, and so on for the rest of the list. So this is what this kind of chart is meaning. So there's actually a large list of numbers, and we can do the mean on this based on this chart. So it's pretty cool little math we can do here. Otherwise, we'd have to list all these numbers, which is far too many numbers to deal with. So what we can do here is the first thing we need to do is get a total. How many numbers are there in this second one? I just got to go 2 plus 9 plus 11 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2. How many numbers are in my list? Because I need that to be able to calculate a mean or an average. So once I calculate all these numbers, I'll do the math for you so you guys can just watch. There are 31 numbers in this case. I don't know why I wrote that plus there. Let's get rid of it. It's confusing. There are 31 numbers. So there are 31 numbers in this data set. And so the way I can do their stats is I assume a middle number for each of them. So what I will do is just take the middle of each of the numbers called a midpoint. And I just midpoint each of these sets. So I take an 85 is the middle between 80 and 90, 95, 105, and so on. 115, 125, and 135. So these are the numbers I'm going to do my mean on. And so the way it counts is I have 2 85s, I have 9 95s, I have 11 105s, and so on. So when I'm doing my mean, I can just multiply. Buttons. Okay, so we can just multiply by the frequency to get our mean. So to get our mean here, we can do 2 times 85 plus 9 times 95 plus 11 times 105 plus, gotta keep going around here because I'm going to run a room on the side of the page here. 5 times 125, no, 115, 2 times 125 plus 2 times 135. So this is how I can get around doing all 31 numbers in the big list, because that would be ridiculous. We can get away with it by multiplying each one there. So we still only have our 6 real numbers to add together. So let's just get our total set it here. Let me get my numbers. I need my calculator out. I can't do that in my head. Stop. So this is the one that has the most math involved. The other two are actually kind of more straightforward. Because if I look for the median, I look for the middle number. I know there are 31 numbers. What's the middlest number in a list of 31? What place is between 0 or 131? It's the 15th number. So we can just count up until we get the 15th number. 2, 11, plus 11. So the 15th is going to be in this chunk, right? Before we get to the end. So we know the median is going to be in this chunk. So the median will be the, even if it is, wait, 16th? Yeah, median would be 16. So 16th number, which is 105, the median, the midpoint there. It's going to be in this chunk too. And the mode is also going to be here, right? The one that occurs the most often is also 105. So in this case, all of my numbers are really nice and tight in this case, right? My average is 105, my median is 105, and my mode is 105. It's very handy. A little bit of algebra work with means. So if there was an average of 70 on the 3 math tests and wants a 73 overall, what does she need to get on her next math test to overall get a B? So this is a good amount of math. Some of you might think this, because remember, what does the mean mean? It's the sum of all terms over how many? Number. So in this case, I'm missing one of my terms, right? I know what the overall average has to be. So I know the mean has to be 73. I need to know this, right? So what are all the other tests in this case? Do I need to know what each of the tests are? No. What do I need to know? Their average is 70. So if you get an average of 70 on 3 tests, it doesn't matter what numbers they were. It has the mathematical effect of getting 73 times. So we have 70 plus another 70 plus another 70 plus something, right? We'll call it T for last test. But it's just a missing variable. So how many tests are there to deal with? We got 4 tests to deal with. So now here we just have an algebra to try to solve for this number T. What does this number T have to be so that the whole average comes up a bit? Now, before you do any actual math on these calculations, I want you to try, just based on your intuition, have a guess what number this T has to be before your calculator comes out. What do we think this number might have to be? 86? Any other guesses? It's a valid guess. It has to be more than 73, right? You have to be a good distance above 73 for your average to raise that much. So 86 is a reasonable guess. Let's see how close it is once the math comes out. So now I just want to do all of my solving strategies for this. So let us do a few things. What we're going to do is put all these together so we get one nice number. And I'm going to do multiplying by 4 on both sides to get rid of this 4. So on one side, I get 73 times 4, which is 292. 73 times 4. Yeah. So 73 times 4 is 292. Then 70 plus 70 plus 70 is 210 plus T. How do I get what T has to be in this case? How do I rearrange this algebra? What number does T have to be so that this equation is true? This test is, I got to subtract 210, and so I'm subtracting 210. So 292 subtract 210 is 82, and so the missing test score is 82. So in this case, Julie needs 82 to average 73. I guess these are both percents. So she needs 82 on the next test to average 73 overall. So 86 was a good guess. It was a little overshot, but it's still a very reasonable guess.